what kind of concerns did you have presenting to your workforce? And what kind of concerns did the buyer have about that and about the transition that maybe you're pleased that you did, or you wish you would have done differently?
I mean, we were careful with who we communicated things to in the beginning because we didn't want to get like a lot of concern and people thinking, oh, PE's going to come in and fire me. So
and that's always the big question, right?
But she was like the executive assistant to several of the founders for a long time. So she was always kind of on the inner circle with these things and could help us, manage our emails and pull data and get documents that, and we were.
And what was the biggest concern you heard from those initial four?
I think they just wanted to know, like, is there going to be a change to the day-to-day, right? We were like, no, like we've talked to them. We're going to keep everything the same there. And, your jobs are safe and all of that. And I think they were reassured by kind of the plan we had going into it when we told them, like, it's, it's more of a merger than like an acquisition in some ways.
And them participating in that, do you think it made them more comfortable as opposed to more concerned about what life post-transaction would be like?
I think it did because one, they probably felt some autonomy, like they're actually part of it and they have some influence over it, right? And then two, they just saw how great the Mountain Gate and Ignite teams were and that it wasn't like this, dark masked PE firm that just comes in and rips everything apart.
I think, there's a reason why groups like Mountain Gate and others do so well. And it's because they're good people, they're good buyers, and people feel comfortable with them, right?
It was like basically a week or so before closing, we kind of had an all hands internally where we announced it. And then a couple of days later, or like a few days later, we had the Ignite CEO and a couple of people from their team, like HR and whatnot, come in and have another all hands where they got introduced to the Ignite team and kind of they were able to explain, hey, here's what Ignite does. And I think people kind of got comfortable with that.
And what was the overriding message you shared with your people in that meeting, the all hands meeting, and what kind of feedback or concerns did you get from your workforce?
Yeah, I mean, I think the number one thing we wanted to focus on was like, hey, we're, joining with Ignite. We're not going to disrupt the day-to-day. Everything's going to remain the same. We'll, work with some new team members, but it's not like this huge change.